Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighnopashantaye Agajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Maharnisham Anekadam Tam Bhaktanam Yekadantam Upasmahe Gnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatikakritim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Krishnam Kamalapatraksham Punyasravana Vasudevam Jagadyonim Naumi Narayanam Harim Namostu Te Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Fullaravindaya Tapatra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purna Prajvalito Gnanamaya Pradipaha Prajvalito Gnanamaya Pradipaha Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Sarva Arogya Sarva Vijaya Pradaya Sri Vasudevaya Rukminishaya Te Namaha. So we are so happy to meet back in the series of learning instructions or advice or mentor feelings of Vidura, the great character who is highly wise and who is not hurt at all in the war, and who is a good advisor and minister to Dhritarashtra. But unfortunately, Dhritarashtra was not able to execute all that good that has been given to him, though basically he is good. But what is the use when Swabhava is being influenced by some other forces? The Swabhava becomes really faded away. Actually, Swabhava is Duratikrama, but still, out of some circumstances and sentimental values, attachments and failure of the Indriyas and the social, religious, mystical circumstances, people are all deprived. Therefore, among such great people, Dhritarashtra is a grand example in Mahabharata. And in Ramayana also we have such type of stubborn characters. Though they are wise, but they became succumb to the overcome their Swabhava and meet unfortunate life. I think Kumbhakarna in Ramayana is also a good person. In fact, he advises Ravana, you say that the whole fear came to Lanka only because of Rama, who reached to claiming his wife back, and but you have an unnecessary fascination, passion, and also all that towards the wife of Rama. Why at all it is? So you have so many wives and so many women, all that, but you have not any. So, but Ravana was one, and Kumbhakarna, when Ravana became angry upon him, then he said, "Okay, Babu, I'll go and fight for you." But and so he just entered the war field. So we have such typical characters in all places. That's why there is always two things. One is positive and another negative. But when positive is little weaker, the negative will overpower, and ultimately drastic situations crop up. That's exactly what it is like. For example, even the entire scriptures always talk about the Devas and Asuras, and Devas being deprived of the uh, positions, Asuras overpowered, but ultimately higher power has to intervene, either male or female, or Devi or Devata, Deva. So put out that. So this way, this sequence is going on in the world, not necessarily in Mahabharata, Ramayana and times, but also contemporary times also. You see, if there are 10 people in a family, all the 10 people are not having the Sattva Guna, and all people are not very much cooperative for their parents. So this is how lokam cha punya papanam. See, lokam cha punya papanam, the punyam and papam is always traveling together, parallel way, something like the two railway lines, parallel. But what we do is we have to make a judicious management and see that we live with this punyam and papam, but at the same time give vote for punyam so that we'll reach our destinations. So destinations are ours, but the track that you take is yours. So that way, I think, I don't know. So we are now in Vidhuraneethi section. We have covered a large portion because it's going on every Saturday. Thanks to Rama Sharma. Then this Karanam and also Bhavani and all people. So that the yatra to understand the Neethi from the from the mouth of Vidura, because Vidura is nobody but Yama himself is Yamura. Yama's avatara is only Vidura. So Yama was cursed by a rishi that he should be born, and so Yama came like that. And Yama also don't think that gods are happier. No, they also suffer curses. And on the side of Dhritarashtra or Kauravas, Vidura is directly a mentor and trying to check the dharmam, to give the balance of dharmam to the head of the entire Kuru. But on the other side, on the side of Pandavas, Dharmaraja is constantly carrying the dog. That Yama was in the form of a dog. And when a critical melting state came, then Yama revealed himself. That is when Yama, when all the brothers of Dharmaraja died and the whole thing has been over, he was just walking Sargarohana Parvam. But on the way, the Vishnu Dutas came and stopped their vehicle and said, "Oh, so you are such a dharmic fellow, please board the vehicle." Then he was about to board along with the dog, and then they said, "No, no, no pet animals, no dog can sit on this." Then he said, "Go, you go away. I don't want to any vehicle, I will just walk away." At that time, Yama gave his personal appearance to Dharmaraja and said, "Look, you are unable to accept the ride that you are going to get and go to Satvalokas because of me, and I am Dharmadevata, I am Yama. So now I free you, you can go. Now I free you, you can go as you want." So that's how we see dharmam is always a prop for all people. Dharmameva jayate nandrutam, satyameva jayate nandrutam. Anyway, with this my little introduction, we shall go up to go into the text, the lyrics of the Viduraneethi. We are in the 36th, 7th chapter or so of Viduraneethi at the sloka number 339. And where, see, Dhritarashtra has limited questions, but the persons who answer him have more answers, have got to advise him. For example, in Bhagavad Gita, out of the 18,700 and odd or even less than them slokas, Dhritarashtra has got only one sloka in Bhagavad Gita, whereas this Sanjaya has got 47 slokas, and this Arjuna has 80 and odd slokas, 87 slokas, while more than 500 slokas, 547 or something like that. So, so thereby, Krishna is allowed to speak more than questioning, doubting Samson, Arjuna, and a narrator, Sanjaya. So Sanjaya and Vidura are two fellows who never got hurt in the war in spite of such a big war that took place now. So in 38th stanza, you observe that I'm reading that Pasya doshan Pandavaihi vigrahe Tvam yatra Yatherannapi devaha sa shakraha putra vairam vaire nityam udvignavasi vasah yashaha pranasho dvishatam cha harshaha. Aya, when you are picking up enmity with your own brother's children, Pandavas, then nobody will be, no God will be happy. Indra will not be happy also. See, Devaha Sasekraha, all the gods together with Indra, that means even the king also joins in the remorse and regrets and also Shoka at the behavior of Dhritarashtra, depriving the rightful claim of land to the Pandavas. See, doshan Pandava vigrahe tvam yatra vyatharan api devaha sasakraha. So there are so many doshas when you are able to be inimical with your inimical with the Pandavas. No, you, after all, you agreed before going to Vanavasam and before playing the dice play that automatically Pandavas will be eligible to take hold of the Rajyam half which they were enjoying and which they lost now in the Jyudam. But the Duryodhana is one, no, 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 I'm over, I don't want to share that land, as you know. Therefore, when you are picking up the Vigraham with the Pandavas, doshan pasya and putraihi vairam nityam udvignavasaha. Yeah, if you are continuing your life, when you have enmity picked up with your brother's children, there is constant worry, pain, attack of udvignata. That is, you will be emotionally perturbed and you will be in great fear. Udvignata also fear. So when Pandavas are very powerful and your own children will be a matter of fear to you. And apart from that, Vidura cautions him, Yashaha Nashaha Pranashaha. It is not simply Nasha of your Yashaha, but it is a Pranasha. You know, Pranasha is a word in Sanskrit which will tell you the total ruin. So total devastation is not anybody required. Anybody would want. Therefore, ಅಯ್ಯ ನಿನ್ನ ಕೀರ್ತಿ ಹಾಳಾಗ್ಬಿಡತ್ತೆ. Your fame, because we always have two bodies. ಒಂದು ಕಾಯಃ, the physical body, and again we are always going with the ಯಶಸ್ ಶರೀರ and ಭೌತಿಕ ಶರೀರ. ಈ ಭೌತಿಕ ಶರೀರ, the physical body, is prone to disappear. You cannot hope for your body to continue. Even if you want to go to heaven with your body, you cannot do it. Unless you give up your body here, you can't travel at all. So that air travel is different from, because Pitruyana, Agnishwata, Pitarahayana, yes sir, even we have got also national highways and expressways for those who die. And the choosing of the jhana or pathway after leaving the body, depends upon the kind of life that one lives upon the earth. Therefore, Aya, Nino Putraihi Vairam Nityam. When you have got Vairam, you are constantly, it's a chronic pain and chronic shokam that you could enjoy. And Yashaha Pranashaha Dishatam Charshaha. Ninna Kirti Halagatte. Your Kirti is just destroyed, but there will be immense happiness for the enemies. See, there are 7,000, I mean, 7 Akshohini enemies for you, and only 11 Akshohini friends for you, your brother, your son. But no matter, because they are stronger. When Krishna is there with them, then you cannot expect any kind of success. Maybe Krishna's army is with you, or Sainyam, the Yadavas are there, 60,000, 16,000 people. No, use of dumped you. Now I read the 29th, 39th sloka. And again, one more important point he talks about here. Bhishmasya kopaha tava chandrakalpa dronasya ragnasya yudhishthirasya utsadaye lokam imam sveto graha sveto grahastiryogi tiryaga wo upataran में mean Tiryagivap apatan kham khe anta. That is, there are, see, Bhishma and Drona, they are the stalwarts of help to you. You bank upon the Viryam of Bhishma and Drona, Aswathama, Karna, and all that as your son does it. When your power is a dependent power, you don't know how easily the dependent forces can be dropped off. It all depends upon their mind. Now they say, I do your job. Your friends, some friends are there. Hey, don't worry, I take care of it. That's all. Afterwards, they never bother about you or your work. This is the lokam. But Lokayatra goes like that. But however, I know that Bhishma and Drona. So Bhishmasya kopaha tava chandrakalpaha द्रोणस्य राज्ञः युधिष्ठिरस्य कोपः चन्द्रकल्पः. The wrath of Bhishma is and the splendor of the Indra of Drona, the king Yudhishthira, they will consume the whole world like say Utsadayal Lokamimam Pravruddha Sveto Grahaha Tiryag Vipadan Khe. So, if one comet is there in the sky, that comet of large portions falling transversely on the earth destroys. So that's what a comet means. Graha is the word. Pravruddha means the nakshatras falling down from the heaven is a great hazard for the earth. You know that. So the lightning comets, so a time comes when the nakshatras also fall down, the grahas also fall down. So grahapata is dangerous up to the earth. Similarly, you see Bhishma's kopa, the wrath of Bhishma, and and Drona and King Yudhishthira, they will consume the whole world because they are committed to dharma. Therefore, Aya, there is a great danger. You don't actually, Drona in the war also on 10th day, 9th day itself was terrible. And on 10th day, he was put off. So he retired on 10th day, and that circumstances are different. So, in fact, Drona could not be killed at all. He's a Chiranjeevi. So Krishna and Pandavas went to Drona, Bhishmacharya, got the clue how best he could be killed. And that they executed. and Drona, I mean Bhishma became paralyzed and he fall down on the ground, but are not on the ground, but on the Ampasaya. Even Mother Ganga comes and regrets so much regarding her son Gangeya, and she gives water to Bhishma, and that ultimately he would have the darshan of his mother. That's also Bhishma is another Ashtavasu. So such a terrible, integral, and Bhishma normally should not become angry, whether in the court or in the war. So his kopam itself is a fire. And so Drona and also Dronasya kopaha cha. But Yudhishthirasya Ragnasya Chandrakalpaha. So the anger of Dronacharya or anger of Bhishma, they are just like very cool upon Dharmaraja, because Dharmaraja is a composed personality. And what would happen? He is like Svetaha Grahaha. Sveta Graha means a comet of large proportions, a nakshatra Graha. So Grahadipati, normally all Grahas are so long remain in the sky, K, then it is good. But if the stars start falling down, it's a pata, Bhutpata, they call it. That's why in Ramayana, when he was promised, Valmiki Maharshi was promised by Narada and Brahma and all people that Yavat Sthasyanti Girayaha, Yavat Saritascha Parvataha, Yavat Nakshatrani, Yavan Nadjaha, Pravahanti Loke, Tavatu Ramayanam Shashvatam Bhavati. That is the promise for the longevity of the Ramayanam. Because Ramayanam is one. Valmiki Giri Sambhuta Ramasagara Gamini Punati Bhuvanam Punya Ramayana Mahanadi anta. Andanu Ramayana Grantha, Ramayana will remain so long respective forces are there in their own natural order, either in heaven or on ground. But if there were to be any kind of havoc like pralayam and etc., even so, that also is a great loss to us. Therefore, he said, Ayya Swami, O Dhritarashtra, Maharaja, Bhishma and Drona, their anger, either in the war or in the court, both are dangerous. Don't let Bhishma grow more anger, in top anger, nor this, but Indra Kalpaha Yudhishthiraha. Yudhishthira is well composed and is like Indra. And therefore, sir, don't allow that to happen. Don't lose everything for you. You will also die, but your Yasaha will be at danger and people talk very bad about you. Then I'm reading the 40th sloka. तव पुत्रशतं चैव कर्णः पञ्च च पाण्डवाः पृथिवीम् अनुशासेयुः अखिलां सागराम्बराम्. And next one, 41, I'm reading, page number 148 of the English translation of the Vidhuraneethi. Dhartarashtraha vanam rajan व्याघ्राः पाण्डुसुता मताः मा वनं छिन्धि सव्याघ्रं मा व्याघ्रान् निनशो वनात्. So now there is a metaphor used by Vidura regarding the Pandavas and Kauravas, and so he is just telling, ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ತವ ಪುತ್ರ ಶತಂ ಚೈವ, the 100 sons of you, and again karnaha panchacha pandavaha, Karna and the 5 sons of Pandavas, can together rule the vast earth with the belt of the seas. If you want to if you just agree for a treaty and peace, what would be the advantage to you? I have already point out to you that if you are not admitting Pandavas to take their share, then there is going to be a drastic change and all your sons will be killed. It is something like a comet of large falling down on the ground, and there will be the loss of fame of all Kurus. Prithvi nimattamabhavat kuru pandavanam yuddham. So it is said by Bhattanarayana, why at all there came into being the Mahabharata war, a war of the order of Mahabharata. I mean, Mahabharata war is one and Rama Ravana war is another. But Mahabharata war is not is miscellaneous kind. But the war between Rama and Ravana is not a miscellaneous. It is unparalleled war between the two. Therefore, it is said Ananvaya Alankara. Andre artha ಏನು, there is no comparison. Like Gaganang Gaganakaram Sagaras Sagaropamaha Rama Ravana Yor Yuddham Rama Ravana Yoriva. ಸೊ ಇದು ಅನನ್ವಯ ಅಲಂಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ಸೊ ಹಂಗಿರುವಾಗ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ಅಯ್ಯ, ಸಪೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ ಎಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್, ದೆನ್ ಆಲ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು rule the land in together, and that too, that land which is covered by the borders of the oceans themselves. And that's what is the advantage. In fact, that is the constant advice given to Dhritarashtra by Vidura, saying that you are the key person and you have got to admit that. And again he gives another metaphor here. Ayo, Dhartarashtraha vanam rajan, Vyagraha pandusutaha mataha, ಮಾವನಂ ಛಿಂಧಿ ಸವ್ಯಾಘ್ರ ಮಾ ವ್ಯಾಘ್ರಾನ್ ನಿನಶೋವನಾತ್. ಅಯ್ಯ, ಈ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಧಾರ್ತ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರರೆಲ್ಲರೂ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳೆಲ್ಲರೂ, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್. ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ರೂಲ್ ಇನ್ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಲಾ, ದೇ ಸೇ ಇಟ್. ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ರೂಲ್ ಇನ್ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್. There are no roads in forest. There is no regulations in forest. And there is always fear in the forest. ನೀವು ಅರಣ್ಯ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಭಯ, ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ, ನಷ್ಟ, ಕಷ್ಟ, all these negativity will be there. Unless you are a hero like Rama, unless you are very bold, supported by Lakshmana, you will not be able to cut off the demons that come and attack you. And on the other hand, the problem is more critical when there is a woman with you. Sastrikaha Ramaha is always dangerous. So when women are taken to places along with you, you have to be very careful. That's what I experienced to me. When I took one lady, professor of Sanskrit, to a meeting at a different place, and she was little discomforted or something like that, I don't know. Then she gave me advice. I remember her now. Prabhakar, you are taking me, a woman, along with you for a talk in the college. Then you be careful. Like that she cautioned me. So this is just normal. But imagine they are going to a forest. They don't know the forest. That is Dandakaranyam. A North Indian king, Rama, in Ayodhya, he just goes up to Dandakaranyam, which is one place where there are innumerable Rakshasas ruling. At the same time, Rishis are also there. They are going on facing the Rakshasa Badha also. In fact, when Rama went to the Bharadwaj ashrama, almost all the rishis who are living in the forest came in group and appealed to Rama. Aya, we are so much elated that you came for 14 years stay in our place, and we are just having a Rakshasa Bada immensely, so you must help us. So, I mean, we can see that Mahabharata, that Vidura telling that Dhritarashtra's are confused fellows, Dhartarashtra's are confused fellows. All other brothers have no independent thought. See, Dushasana and Duryodhana, they are the charities of the entire brothers. The other 98 brothers, except Dushasana, all of them poor fellows. But even if you think of it, even Vikarna, another great fellow, is a brother of Duryodhana. He was little considerate among all 100 brothers, like Vibhishana in Ravana's camp. So Vibhishana was the only one person who had favor for Rama and favor for Dharma and all that. Therefore, he said, but who listens? That's why ನ್ಯಾಯ ಪಥದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನ್ಯಾಯದಿಂದ ತಪ್ಪಿ ಹೋದವ್ರನ್ನ, those people who miss the ನ್ಯಾಯ pathway, they will be deserted. That's why there is a beautiful sloka which you should remember from Ramayana. Yanti न्याय pravrittasya tiriyanchopi sahayatam apantanantu gachantam sodaropi vimunchati. Anybody who is taking to a wrong route, even though he was a brother, because in Ramayana time, brothers are affectionate to each other, even brother will desert him if he is taking to a wrong path. See, actually, here also, ma vanam chindhi savyagram. Aya, let not your sons try to cut off the forest, cut down the forest when there are large number of tigers. You can't drive the tigers away from the forest. And and let not the tigers be driven from that forest itself. So if you are to drive, you cannot do that. So Pandavas are indispensable. They become enemies to you. They will bring you absolute devastation. See, I have got only 6 minutes with this thing. I'll just spend another 10 minutes or even less because we have been missing so many sessions of Vidhuraneethi. So please log in again for another 10 minutes after this is out. So now there are only 6 minutes as you are all seeing. Now in the 41 sloka, it is said, Mavanam Chindi. That's again the good advice. Aya, forest cut madbeka, the deforestation is dangerous. No, when you cut off the trees in the forest, the animals will be visible for you. Otherwise, if the forest is like that, the animals are also there, the tigers are also there, and the tigers will be their own. If you make it wide, if you make it empty, widowing, cutting the trees and all that, then the tigers will pounce on you. Therefore, the Pandavas are the tigers. You do not try to drive the tigers again back anywhere out by depriving their share. And in the 42nd sloka, see, Vyagran naninasu vanat. You don't do that. Ma Vyagran. A forest life is really enjoyable when all forest content is being there also. That's why Vanavasa means there is good, bad, and different. There is fear. But why rishis go to ashramas? For example, Naimisaranyam is a place where all rishis have done, and even Puranas have come out. Suta Mahamuni was there, and so many yajnas have been done. And so that's why even today people go to Naimisaranyam and perform yajnas, and that will have multiple benefits out of that. I know a group of people going to Naimisaranyam, staying there with all conveniences prepared and performing yajnas or pujas or vratas or this, because that is exactly a Rushi Kshetram. But Dandakaranya is a Rakshasa Kshetram. So Ravana, an able North Indian king, Vishnu Avatar, has been sent to Dandakaranyam. Therefore, even today, that's why, even today in Sankalpam in India, we say Dandakaranye Ramavatare, Ramakshetre. See, however many people came and went away, but Rama is the ruler, is the Kshetra Swami of entire South India. Dakshina Bharat is the Dandakaranyam. And who is the ruler of Dandakaranyam? Ramakshetram. But when you go to North Kasi, Kasi is said to be the Mahasmasanam. So Vindhyaranyam also is dangerous. But there are only the entire Bharat, I think, is divided by very big 5 forests, because you can map India depending upon the, I mean, keeping rivers as main or forests as main. Or nowadays we used to have the map keeping the states of India and make the state-wise map. But in other in history, when Ashoka, Chandragupta, etc., when they were ruling, then the map of Bharat was different. Anyway, that is different. That's all department of geography people who study, who make mapping and all those things. Now, in the next 42nd sloka, it is said, Nasyad vanamrute vyagran vyagraha nasyuhu rute vanam vanam hi rakshate vyagraihi vyagran rakshati kananam. As I said, it's a beautiful Avinabhava Sambandha that is complementary to each other. You cannot separate this. They are together always. This is the most beautiful sloka, which we should remember that ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಇರಬೇಕು ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. What is deserving, what things to be there at respective places, all of them should be there. See, for example, without tigers, there is no forest, and and also forest is not anytime without tigers. And why? Because it is tigers who protect the forest, and it is the forest that protects the tigers. You understand how beautifully this has been played. So deforestation, this is all about the forestry or forest ಬಗ್ಗೆ. See, there are forest officers, forest wealth, and elephants. All wild and mild animals are there in forest. But generally, all are wild men. That's why in Purusha Suktam, we are, and also in Chamaka Dhyaya, we make a prayer to Rudra, because Rudra is the lord of the animals. So in less than a minute, this will stop. Please join once again, and we will be able to do it. So you see that means that Pandavas and Dhartarashtras must be friendly. The Dhartarashtras cannot get rid of the tigers, and tigers cannot get rid of the forest, and they constantly live in that.